So here we are in the new purchase. So I have been waiting for this thing since July when I placed the order for this. This is a 2024 Ford Maverick. This one is an XLT, and we have the Ecoboost 4K tow package. And then I also went ahead and got the black appearance package, which I really wanted. I love the exterior features of it and stuff. So we actually traded in the F-150 that I was driving, and that was a great truck, but it wasn't the truck I wanted to daily drive. So I really like cars and smaller vehicles and stuff like that, and I have my big van that I use for the shop all the time. I still want more big vehicles, so this seemed like the perfect thing whenever they came out. In years past, after they killed the original like Ford Rangers and stuff, I had said if they ever came out with another Ranger-sized truck and put like the 2-liter Ecoboost in it or something like that, I'm like, sign me up, I will be a buyer. And sure enough, they came out with the Mavericks, which is based on the, from what I understand, like the C2 platform, which is like the Bronco Sports, I think your Ford Escapes, possibly even the Ford Focus. I'm not really sure there, but it shares a lot of similarities with a Ford Focus. 2-liter Ecoboost, 250 horse, 8-speed auto, and yeah, it seemed like the right vehicle, and I'm pretty happy with it. We have 61 miles on this thing so far. I picked it up when it had 30, so that was just a few hours ago. I've just been tooling around a little bit. Just went and took my mom for a ride, and we got her seal of approval, so we're good. But definitely excited for this thing. I already have a set of wheels for it, along with some lowering springs from Eibach, so we're wasting no time. But overall, really happy with this thing. I wanted a smaller vehicle. I like a tighter vehicle, and the Maverick is a unibody construction, so it's not like a typical divorced cab and bed, or cab and chassis type situation. So there's no, flex. It's a pretty rigid vehicle, overall. But I'm looking forward to putting some miles on this thing. It has all the options that I want in a daily, and then it has heated steering wheel, which today it's 8 degrees outside. Yesterday it was -5, so heated steering wheel. I'm never going back. I am a believer now. So, pretty happy. There's a Ford Focus ST right there. So I mentioned I already had a set of wheels for this thing, and that's because the factory wheels on the black appearance pack trucks just look like shit, to be honest. It's like they just closed their eyes and drew up some wheels, and compared to every other model, they're so boring looking. Like, they're stupid. So I had found a set of 18s on Marketplace, and the right bolt pattern, offset, and stuff like that. So I will just end up swapping the tires onto the rims I bought, and we can use those. So it saves a little cost, but I will definitely, once we get through this current ice winter apocalypse thing that we're encountering, I will go ahead and get them switched out. And then we'll go ahead and get the lowering springs on this thing, because definitely want to do that as soon as possible. Now, as far as future modifications are concerned, I really don't know. A high on the list item, though, would actually be swapping the steering wheels and getting something with paddle shifters. So there's a few people on Fast Mavericks. I know I'm going to shout out Ian Gonzalez. I've been seeing all the stuff that he's been doing, and that is a really cool mod. So there's definitely some performance goodies you can do to these, and while it doesn't need to be like a race car or anything like that, I would like to put a cat back on it. I will very much likely do a tuner, and I don't know, maybe an intake, probably just a drop-in filter, but it doesn't really need it. It just needs to sound a little bit better, sit a little bit lower, and having the control of paddle shifters would be sweet, because on both the F-150 and my Transit van, I use the manual mode constantly to just hold gears during hills, keep it from downshifting 2-3 gears. That's just a feature that I use a lot, so I like having that extra control, so that would be really cool in my opinion. And of course, if I do end up doing that, I will most definitely be making videos and some tutorial type videos and that kind of thing. That would be really cool. Now I know that the Maverick, whenever they kind of debuted it, this thing has always been marketed as being a, you know, honestly like a cheaper vehicle, and that's okay. But with that being said, you do hear the engine a little bit. I don't mind like induction noise and stuff like that, but you do hear like the direct injection system, like it's a little almost like tinny sounding, which again, I'm not complaining, I'm just, that's kind of the stuff I was expecting. It doesn't feel like a cheap vehicle at all. It rides really nice. It's actually very comfortable. These seats are incredibly hot. Like I got the heated seats going, and they cook you. So that's, you know, it's nice. It's a nice vehicle. But I'd be curious if any of you guys have Mavericks, what you like and don't like. You know, kind of give me your thoughts on this thing. I'm just looking forward to being in this vehicle for a long time. Whenever they came out, I'm like, that's the vehicle for me. It was the vehicle to fit both my wants and needs. Didn't make sense to get a Focus ST as my daily, no matter how bad I wanted one. And then of course I didn't want to have a big full-size truck to never use as a truck. This is right in between. It's perfect. Perfect for me. Now this thing does have the 4K tow pack, so I am curious, you know, maybe in the future, if I wanted to really get crazy, I could get maybe a lightweight aluminum trailer for a car hauler. I'm thinking maybe the Porsche would be something I could drag around and it wouldn't be overly excessive, you know. I don't know if I'd want to drag it across country, but I could drag it around a little bit. That'd be a cool thing to do. Be able to go to autocross event or take it to track days and stuff like that, assuming that I would break it. Or if the vehicle's just down for the count and I need to take it somewhere, I don't know. It would be cool to have that option, but I did not get the 4K towing package for towing. I realistically got it because it would give me like a bigger transmission oil cooler as well as a bigger radiator, so I like that increased cooling capacity for just general use and, you know, potential hot rodding for, you know, like I said, tuner, exhaust, intake, that kind of thing. I'm constantly looking for a shifter here, but we got the radial knob. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm excited about this. Day one of ownership, and we get to play around in the snow. And this thing does awesome in the snow.